Welcome to the 23rd ever podcast episode of the Iced Coffee Hour with Jack and Graham and me, Nate O'Brien. So
far, how much has the podcast made us?
it looks like it's been about $10,300.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out, by the way, to that guy in the comments. Every single episode, he's in the comment section. You calculate how much this podcast makes per hour.
Yeah.
It's been incredible. We just recently passed minimum wage, and I kid you not.
Federal.
Federal minimum wage in America. We're going to get even more specific. I look forward to your comments every single time. So that's the first thing I do. I go down the comment section. I know he's calculated it.
Mateo Hall, I think
he's
his
crunching
name
the
is.
numbers.
All right, thank you.
So thank you, Mateo.
So
and thank you for coming on this episode. This is very exciting for us. A fellow member of the finance community, Nate O'Brien.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It's funny how this kind of just worked out. I happened to be in LA, and it was like, oh, well, let's just make it happen. And I think this is going to be fun.
This is perfect. So for those that don't know you, you make personal finance content on YouTube. You teach people how to make money. Actually, you teach people also how to save money. Recently,
Yeah.
It seems like a big pivot.
Yeah, I would kind of view me as like the great value version of Graham, kind of like the knockoff Graham a little bit.
The taller Graham.
I think we make pretty similar content, although I think maybe in the past year or so it's shifted a little bit. Like we've gone a little bit separate ways. Like I feel like I've gone a little bit more into like some lifestyle stuff, talking about like minimalism and everything, and you've gone a little bit more maybe like towards current events. And you've got the podcast now. You've got the Grahamstephan show. So saving money. Used to talk about making money until it got like really like a scammy niche. So I don't really talk about that anymore.
I remember that your biggest videos were how to make passive income.
Yeah.
What was that one? There's one video of yours that has like 3.5 million views.
It was
Five ways
passive
to-
income, how I make $7,200 a month. And that so I made it because like my channel was really down. I was like, my real times were like 10,000 views and I had like 50,000 subscribers. And I was like, all right, I got to just make the video. I know it looks a little like clickbaity, but I got to make the video. I pumped it out and I went from 50,000 subscribers to like 150,000 in like 2 months.
That's crazy because when you were at 50,000, that was probably about the first time I saw a video of yours.
Really?
So
Okay.
I think I saw a video of yours before I started, or maybe it was right during the beginning when we started working together. And yeah, I'd watched a few of your videos. I think you did side hustles, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I used to be the side hustle guy, and I also wanted to get out of that because I just think it's so like I don't sell anything, so I don't have like courses and stuff from like side hustles. Buy my course, and then like I'll like get you into like some type of like scheme or something. But I was a side hustle guy for a little bit too.
Those are good videos.
The best side hustle is to sell people a side hustle.
Yeah. So
So what made you want to do those videos? Because you were in college? Like, why YouTube?
I was at Penn State. It was freshman year of college, and I was just trying to make some extra money, because before that I was doing like manual labor gigs, mowing lawns, like just selling firewood. And
Side hustles.
Yeah,
Firewood.
like real side hustles.
Selling firewood.
Yeah, that was a whole big thing I had going with my brother. But I realized like freshman year of college that it was so labor intensive, and I ended up messing up my back because I'm like kind of tall and lanky. So messed up my back, and I was like, I need to figure out how to make money without using my body or like relying on my body. And then YouTube, it just kind of like when people talk about success, I think about what it takes and stuff. And I honestly think a lot of it's luck. So like I kind of just was in the right place at the right time with finance YouTube. It didn't really exist, right? Like remember it was like because you were there in the beginning too, where it's like you go onto YouTube and you type in anything about finance, and there's no finance channels. It was Jeremy and Jack Chappell.
I didn't watch Jack. I watched Beat the Bush. And Alex Becker. Yeah. But before that, it was really then Ty Lopez kind of paved the way, and then Grant Cardone was there. Dave Ramsey was there a little bit. Patrick Bet David. Those guys.
Yeah.
Were really early on too. Gary Vee a little bit. He mostly did the work, like the hustle content, not so much finance.
Yeah, and I think we were kind of lucky that we sort of, I don't know if you could say stumbled into it, but like we probably both, like very early 2017, both saw like, okay, there's obviously a lot of demand for like the finance content, and there's not that many people making the content. So that's why I started. It was just like a big gap in the market. Is that kind of why you started?
I just wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was just so
fun,
like, I didn't have friends in person that I could really be like, yo, guys, you see the credit card? So I was on Reddit, like Reddit/churning, just talking to everybody about credit cards. I'm like, this needs to be a video. Like, I want to talk about this and teach other people how to do this. So it just came from me wanting to talk about it so much and didn't have anybody in person. But why did you want to make YouTube? Were you interested in personal finance before this?
Oh, yeah. You know, everybody kind of has their like different thing that they just love. And I think we're probably the same in that aspect too, is like money has always been something that's easy to talk about, like finance, because it's numbers and I love numbers. And that's probably why I kind of got into finance really early, like a pretty young age. I'm not a trust fund baby, so you know, it's not like my parents set me up, you know, with the nice fund. It was just numbers were so fun, and I love counting, and money just happened to be like I would love to be an accountant. You know, it doesn't have to be my money. I just love crunching numbers, and it's not like high level, you know, like quantum physics or something. So it's
How did you learn about personal finance? Like, what in your life was an event that led to you being fascinated in it?
I think there was when I was in 6th grade, or maybe it was 5th grade. I don't. We had to do like this project about the stock market, which in hindsight was great.
I had
because
to do one of those too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of schools didn't do that, but we had to do a project about the stock market. And I remember kind of just like seeing it and being like, this is really, like, it's just intriguing. I was kind of a weird kid, so like I didn't have a ton of friends. I was just like a bookworm, read tons of books. And so then eventually I was just like, you know what, this is interesting. Went home to my parents. I was like, hey, what's the stock market? And they didn't, no offense, Mom, she's probably watching this, but they didn't really, you know, they're like, I think you could like buy and sell stuff. Like, kind of, you know, like they have like a 401k or something, but it's kind of like, they don't really, you know, it's just like whatever. And so they try to explain it to me, but luckily this is like the age of the internet. So this was like literally 6th grade. I don't know. It was like late 2009. And so then I just Googled it, like, what is a stock? Like, how do you invest? And then that's how I started with that. So like really small, $50, one share of Cedar Fair stock I bought for $12 a share. And it was like a $10 transaction fee on E-Trade. So I literally paid like 100% premium for one share, but it was so cool. And then like for the next like 5 years, I probably just dabbled and just like, you know, here and there buy like $50 worth of something, when I like save up some like birthday money or something. Yeah.
And so you made videos on side hustles, with your side hustle being YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah. And there weren't really any side hustle videos out.
Yeah.
So I made a couple of those. They were never like it was always like, oh, my channel is slowing down, I need to make a video. Top 10 side hustles. It was like 2 million views.
It's true.
So I had to pump those out sometimes, but I think I'm pretty much away from the side hustle stuff now.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like, it's fine talking about it, but I would rather talk about things that I just care about more.
Yeah. It was the same way for me. I knew those passive income, how much I make every single month.
Oh,
those videos
so
do
money.
so well. But it's hard to bring me now to do those videos.
Yeah.
I'll do them every now and then because people really like them.
They do like them a lot.
They love them. But it's hard because it's like you're remaking the same video with now just updated numbers, which is interesting. Like, I would watch other people's videos on that. I don't care if it's the same. I just want to see the new numbers. But for me to like create a video, same thing. I know too. The 5 best side hustles. Jack has been telling me to make this video forever, and I can't bring myself to do it.
Dude, come on! You know it's gonna do well.
I know
it's gonna do well.
I know, but
because there hasn't been side hustle videos in a while, and considering our current economy, like people are probably looking for side hustles.
I know.
They're always looking for side hustles.
But the side hustles
guys
are the same.
They can become a typist. They can become a typist.
That's
man.
what upsets me is that people think from like 2019 to 2020, there's like some big shift in side hustles.
Wait a minute, hold on. No, actually,
tell me.
If you watch my side hustle videos, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but people have said I have some crazy ideas with my side hustles. One of them was like start like a portobello mushroom farm. Like I had all kinds of ones because these are things that I used to do. Like I used to sell mealworms.
Are you serious?
You sold mealworms?
Yeah, on eBay. Yeah, thousands.
I buy mealworms.
Oh,
man.
maybe you bought some mealworms.
Maybe.
This is way back, like probably 2011, 2012. But like weird. So that's the only way that like if I do a side hustle video, which I don't do anymore, but if I was going to do another one, I'll think about it for days. Be like, what is the most obscure thing that you can do?
For what? For comedic value?
No, like they're just like
How is that related? I'm thinking there's some inner city kid in New York, and you're telling him to do a portobello mushroom farm
in his basement. Yes, you can do that.
Basement?
Yes, that's where you
can
grow
do it
them.
in the basement.
Yeah, unless you're doing like shiitake mushrooms, you want to do that outside with some logs or something. But yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was. But like most of the stuff I actually like did when I was younger.
You practiced them.
Wow.
Yeah, like when I was younger, I was doing like weird just the craziest weird things you could think of to like make money. It was like,
what's the weirdest?
Yeah, what are the most viable? What are the weirdest?
If it's appropriate for YouTube.
Yeah, probably the mealworms were some of the weirdest. I mean, I used to sell a lot of like foreign currency, like the Zimbabwe banknotes and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I would buy hundreds at a time and then just like basically buy wholesale, sell retail, right? That was my strategy for a lot of stuff. But the weirdest, probably the mealworms. I used to do a lot of auction flipping. Like I'd go to like a farm auction because, you know, everybody kind of like, I was a little bit of like I don't know if hillbilly is the right word, but like.
Where are you from?
Like outside Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty rural area. I used to do a lot of auction flipping. So I'd go to farm auctions and like buy like half a dozen like scythes or something. I bought like
scythes?
Yeah, I bought like 40 chicken feeders and I buy them in bulk and just load them up and then flip them on Craigslist for like usually like 3 extra money on it.
And what's your average like income, like your hourly income from doing resell?
The auction stuff was good. I mean, if it was like a Saturday, I'd go to a farm auction, it'd be like a massive estate. And you know, I would probably spend on average, you know, I was probably like 14, 15. My brother just got his driver's license, so he would drive with the truck. I'd probably spend like $300 or $400, which is like literally I'd go all in and just like buy as much as I could. And then probably from that $300 or $400, it'd be probably total sell for like, you know, close to 1,500 or so.
Wow.
Because you could like,
that's a good gig.
Oh yeah. But like you have to know what you're doing. So like there were certain things that I would always buy, like ladders. People like if you go to an auction, you're like, oh, it's a ladder, whatever. But like ladders are worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so if you're at a farm auction and it's just like a bunch of farmers and people who they're like, yeah, I don't really need a ladder, I already have one. So you bid on it, you can get it for like $10 and you can sell it for $200. So like and so that's what I would do. So there were specific things that I knew that you could flip and get really high return on investment.
That's really, really neat.
That's fascinating. Yeah. And that's pretty good. Flipping, like getting $1,000 in one day is.
And it just like, it's not really, it doesn't have to be rocket science. Like I'm all about like not reinventing the wheel. Like sometimes people think they need to make like a big startup and like go $1 billion or something. But some of this stuff is like basic. Like what I suggest if people are trying to like make money or do like this little side hustle, like auction thing, is just find something that you really like, you know a lot about it. And so for me, when I was a teenager, it just happened to be like farm equipment, which is kind of weird. But so like I knew the value of everything at the auction. So if you can go to like a Pokemon like auction or something, you know like what the value is, right? I don't, so I would never go to that auction because I don't know what I'm doing. So that's what I would suggest. Go to something you really know the prices of all of them.
Let's go back to the portobello mushrooms. How do you do that?
I wasn't. So I ventured into it. I probably sunk like $40 into it, and I didn't go all the way in. I just didn't think it would be worth it. But if you're growing portobellos, I think you would want to get like you could stuff like a trash bag with like straw or hay, right? And then you would like put the like spores inside and then they grow. But you can grow them in like your basement and stuff, I think.
How do you sell them? Yeah. Who's browsing Craigslist? Be like portobello mushrooms.
Like restaurants and stuff. And actually,
how do they trust
Pennsylvania?
You? Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
You didn't get that far.
That's probably why I didn't get that far. Yeah.
You said like the trash bag of mushrooms. I was like, but hey, I want to sell these.
Pennsylvania is actually the mushroom capital of the world. I kid you not, and we pride ourselves in that. And most people don't know it, but it's the mushroom capital of the world. I used to go to the farm show out in Harrisburg, and there was always just mushroom people everywhere that are like, start a mushroom farm. Like, yeah, so I was this close to starting the mushroom farm full scale, but yeah.
It just didn't go through.
There were other opportunities, yeah.
How much do they make?
The mushroom farmers? I mean, you should bring one on next episode for the 28th episode. You should bring on a mushroom farmer.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And what about the mealworms really quickly? Because I had mealworms, I still do, but I tried breeding mealworms because I'm an efficient guy. You know, I'm an economics guy, right? So I have a bearded dragon. Her name's Nora. And I was trying to breed mealworms so I could lower my costs. But it never worked. It didn't work. I tried really hard.
What were you feeding them?
He turned them off. That's why they saw his face. They're like, nope.
They're like, I'd rather die and not reproduce.
You cannot reproduce in this environment.
Last episode was so positive and happy.
I'm kidding.
Changing.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, dude, it didn't work. They didn't breed. I got the beetles because they pupate and they turn into little pupas.
Yeah.
Then they
and
turn
you separate
into beetles.
them as like
I separated them. Yeah. And they just didn't do anything. They just took up space under my bed.
How long did you...
Smelled weird.
How long did you have them before you gave up hope? Because they take a while.
It was a few months.
Oh, yeah. I've never had problems. It's been the easiest thing ever. This is like 10-year-old me, but doing this, but like, yeah, it was really easy. You just separate them. You put the beetles separate, and then eventually, like you feed them, you just put them in like oats.
Yeah.
Eventually I moved to chicken feed. It was more effective. But
like water crystals and stuff like that to hydrate them.
Yeah. I really don't know. I'm sorry that it didn't work out for you.
That's okay. You know what? I'll maybe in another life.
Yeah, try it again. Maybe I'll send you some mealworms.
I got plenty. Thank you though. Yeah.
If you ever need any, let me know.
Gosh.
That's fascinating, though, dude. Those side hustle videos were great. Same as yours. I always loved them. The one thing that always really captivated me was becoming a typist and typing up stuff. I thought that was so funny. It doesn't.
I never
work.
said that though.
It wasn't you. Was it you?
No.
I never mentioned that once. But
I swear, I was watching. Maybe I was down the rabbit hole of like those kinds of videos, but people were always saying become a typist for like people, and you can
like online surveys.
Yeah.
It's a shame how downhill a lot of those videos went, and that was my biggest hesitation making any passive income video or side hustle video anymore. There's such a saturation now of side hustles that like you get paid $20 a minute to watch videos online. It's like you
make $800 an hour by just clicking buttons.
By pressing buttons. It's terrible, but then you get mixed in with that crowd inadvertently because you're making similar. I don't know.
Not so much anymore. Like because I don't make those videos anymore because it turns scammy. So I hope I don't get mixed in with it too much. But also, I think if people watch my videos, they'll be like, "All right, this guy's not selling me anything. Like he's not like." Hopefully, that's kind of how I view it. They're like, "Oh, okay, he seems like kind of like a decent person." I hope.
Is your only source of income YouTube ad revenue?
No, I do sponsors, affiliates, like Robinhood's kind of my primary affiliate.
But it's all purely based off of YouTube.
For the most part, yeah. Now, I mean, yeah, for the most part.
Jack and I were having a bet earlier. You feel comfortable telling us how much you're making? I say a number and then Jack has a number. We'll tell you afterwards.
If you want to, we can bleep it out.
Okay, we can. I don't really.
You made videos on passive income in the past.
But the last time I made it was January or February of this year, and I said this is the last time I'm disclosing my income because I think sometimes, like at first it's cool. It's like, oh, he's making $7,000 a month. It's like that, good for him. And then like once it starts getting into like the higher ranges, it's like I feel like the sentiment changes a little bit, right?
I guessed higher than Graham.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe we really underestimated. I feel like I watched that video, but I probably just forgot. January's a long time ago now.
I think I may have seen that video.
Yeah. So that video was $42,000 a month. Although that was including like some stocks that I sold.
Okay.
What about just your current income? No stocks, no just current income.
I was including stocks in my
investment.
So not including investments because I don't, it obviously that fluctuates a lot. And I don't sell usually. But for my personal brand, wait, do you guys want to guess or should I just say
it? I'll tell you.
Listen, I'm wrong anyway. So
Graham, do you want to say it?
I feel like I'm making an idiot of myself now.
I'll be an idiot. I guess $25,000 a month is what I guessed.
Okay.
I guess I didn't exactly remember the number you said in the video.
Sorry, man. I said 20 because I hadn't seen you post in a while.
No,
you post like once a month now, so I'm like, it's just residual 20.
I can pull my ad revenue for you. It's so I'll just tell you guys, it's like a little over 50,000 a month.
From ad revenue?
Oh no, just ad revenue?
Yeah.
Let me check.
I honestly don't even check. About 50 a month.
I honestly don't even check.
That's incredible.
My YouTube studio very often.
I feel like you just have a really laid back lifestyle though.
37,700.
That's incredible. Let me see this.
Yeah, I literally don't check this app for like a week at a time sometimes. Yeah.
What?
It's very, so my strategy is always like.
What happened that day, man?
That was Brand Connect with YouTube. Don't say that number, but that was because like if you work through Brand Connect, like it's a sponsorship directly through YouTube. So there's no like brand manager. So like I did a deal with a company and like they directly deposited it like into my YouTube account. As a sponsored video.
Does YouTube take a cut of that?
No cut. No cut on my end. They probably take a cut somewhere in there, but not on my end. Yeah.
That kind of really skews the...
I know. It messes up the chart.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, my strategy is always... Like, I haven't posted in 3 weeks, maybe.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I gotta say, I am really impressed because not only that, but you've been gaining subscribers, a consistent amount of subscribers by not posting.
Yeah.
You gain every day... what is this? Almost about 1,000 subscribers a day from not posting.
Yeah. And that's just because of the content that I make is I really try to make it to be evergreen, long-term content that I know I can rank for. But also I really do think that like I got grandfathered into this a little bit with the finance stuff. Like if you go on YouTube and you type in how to save money, or like how to invest, like I'll show up first or second. And it's just because like YouTube
they really like you.
Either they like me or I just got grandfathered in somehow. Like they're just like, yeah, let's just keeping him at the top.
Wow. I'm envious of. Here we go.
This is like doing better than the second channel.
Yeah. So here we go.
Post 3 times a week on that.
I post sometimes.
True.
Hey, wait. I post sometimes.
I posted not 3 times a week, man.
Dude, the second channel. How many subscribers do you have on this?
On mine?
Yeah.
Like almost 800,000.
700 something. I don't know.
So we got 500 and something on the second channle.
You're growing.
Yeah, but look
faster?
at those real times.
Yeah, but look at the income. Look at the income. You're making. So you're posting. What is it? 1/10 the time. What we post. You've gained. What, the same amount of subscribers?
Okay.
You've made more. Well, you made less money. Obviously, the sponsorship.
Yeah, that throws it off.
You got half the views by posting 1/10 of the time. It's just you've ranked so well, and your top videos here: stock market for beginners.
Yeah, that is one of my top ones.
You beat Jeremy.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? With,
financial education.
Oh,
shout out to Jeremy.
Yeah,
but. I think the algorithm gave you the #1 spot in stock market for beginners 2020. How to invest step by step.
Yeah, that's my little secret.
That's your moneymaker.
Now everybody's gonna be out
beat
there.
Jeremy to that video. Jeremy had his like a wild video on that. He does it every year. Mm-hmm. You beat him to it.
Sorry, Jeremy.
My minimalist apartment. That's an evergreen video.
Yeah, it's 6,000 views a day, every single day. But so my channel's always been weird. For literally 3 years, my growth has been so, like, here, let's look at my subscriber growth over lifetime. Gosh. It has been so steady. Like there's never been a 60-day period where I made less money than a previous 60-day period, ever.
What?
Wow.
Ever. Seriously. So it's weird. Like it just grows. But the problem is anytime I start seeing a lot of growth, I just get even more lazy and I just will like stop posting until like, so like my subscriber growth has always just been nice and well, it doesn't look that steady.
Is there any chance you could screenshot that?
Yeah, sure.
So I can throw it up in the video.
Yeah, sure. But like subscriber growth has been pretty steady. Like in the past 365 days, like it's just been nice and steady.
Wow.
I don't know. I think it's partial luck. It's just kind of, but also like when I need to start, when I see things starting to slip, like if my real times go below 100,000, I'll be like, all right, I got to get to work. I got to do something, so I'll make a video.
How do you get so passive about that? Because for me, I'm like a shark when it comes to this, and if the views dip down, if a video doesn't perform well, first of all, it ruins my day, and then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do the next? Like, I got to change it. I'm working like 12 hours a day almost. How do you not see that as like this golden opportunity that you got right now, and you're like, okay, I got to double down. I got to take things. How old are you right now?
I'm 22. Feeling a little 22. Old. My bones are getting ready to creep.
22.
Yeah. I thought you were like 25, for instance.
I thought you were 22.
Yeah. People think I'm 25. Yeah. I don't know why, but
you're 22. See, I see this as like you got this golden opportunity. Golden. You don't know how long it's gonna last, but you have this on a silver platter. YouTube is like, here you go. Just you're a safe content creator who's not selling anything. It's a good image, who's given good, like, valuable content. Why wouldn't you just double down?
I feel like there's so many opportunities in so many places that, I'm working on a couple things behind the scenes, but I don't really, talk about that too much. But I feel like I just like living life, doing things.
What?
Like,
I think
like
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying, dude.
This whole summer, I was in Colorado, just up in the high Rockies, like just living on government land, just in a tent. Like that's why I didn't post most of the summer. So.
That's what I'm saying. I told Graham.
There's always opportunity
that you just like to enjoy because things are sitting pretty for you right now, and you're just soaking it all up, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But I think you and I are fairly similar, right? Like I think at least this is how I am right now. Like if I hit a certain threshold, anything above that it's not going to drastically increase my quality of life.
Yeah.
Right.
Like once you're well into the 6-figure range, it's like you can kind of, I don't know. I'm not shooting for like billions. I don't think, maybe. So it's kind of like a lifestyle
But since
thing.
you've hit that, then all of a sudden, like, do you lose motivation because you're...
Yes, and that's bad. Like when you get to like a certain, like say you're doing 100,000 a month and then you're just like, you definitely get comfortable. So like, I don't know how that doesn't happen to you.
I've never got, no.
What was the income that made you comfortable?
Oh, it's like, it happens on every level. Like when I was junior year of college, I was making like $4,000 a month on YouTube. And I was like, I felt like I was balling out because like a college student, I was at Penn State. So I was like, buying pizzas, like, like balling out, right? So I got kind of comfortable then. And then again, when I like pretty much every time I have a big growth spurt, I get comfortable. And now it's just getting really, really comfortable. So it's not good. Eventually just stop uploading entirely and just like, well, that's kind of been my plan since I was like really young is I was like, I'm just going to make a ton of money for a couple years and then just cruise like for the rest of my life. I don't need that much money. I can just live off the land. And
that's right. Yeah.
And like, that's my, cause like you can get into like the purpose of life and everything. Probably don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but like overall, one of my things is like, just enjoy it. And like my favorite thing to do is just sit on top of a mountain and just sit there. Is that weird? I don't know.
Just look over everything that you could have if you wanted.
But so you could watch videos like that on YouTube.
No,
you could just watch a video sitting over a mountain.
No, and like, well, as long as you're like really happy with what you're doing, like obviously you're enjoying all this stuff. But sometimes you see people who are like really not enjoying it, but they're just like pushing through and they're miserable, and like maybe they're making 20 million a year, but they're miserable. I would rather make $100,000 a year and just be really happy.
So how much of that are you saving?
I try to find expenses, but I don't. This sounds. I sound like an asshole. I'm sorry. It's pretty much all of it. Like I don't.
Okay.
I have a travel fund that I usually save a couple % of my income, so I use that for like travel and trips and stuff. I try to spend on trips. I save pretty much all of it.
Yeah. What do you do? What's your investment portfolio look like?
Actually, really quick, before you answer that, this is a good point where we could turn it off and on really quick, Jack.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what's your investment portfolio look like?
I actually did make a video about this. One of the ones I made.
Fairly recently.
The only one I made in the past month, nice. So the breakdown was like, it's like 34-35% cash. That's my biggest problem is like, well, so I know Andre was just on, Andre Jick was on, he was talking about like how much cash he has on hand. And that's kind of a problem too, is like, geez, this sounds so bad, but like finding places to put your cash, like, cause and the thing I don't want to do is just like dump it all into the market. But I do have, I think it's like 30% in individual stocks. So like Snap was like one of my largest positions.
Are you serious?
I was like, yes.
How much did you have in Snapchat?
It's not a lot, but it's in the 5-figure range.
Well, I have like 10 grand. I mean, so that could be like 10
level,
grand. It could be 10 grand or 50 grand. Can you share how much you?
It's like, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. I never talk about how much money I have in individual stocks, like individually. Why? So when I broke it down, I did it in percentages. I just don't want people knowing that. My income even is kind of weird to talk about, but like my investment portfolio, I just like to keep that a little. But yeah, it was one of my larger positions, like Facebook as well, PayPal, Penn National Gaming went from like so it's like they bought Barstool Sports. Yep. So I bought their stock right after they bought Barstool, just because I thought there's a lot of value in it, just based off of like the velocity of their brand. And I bought, the average buy was like maybe upper 20s, and then coronavirus hit and it went down to $4 a share. And I was like, well, I literally lost all my money, like 28 or 20 some to $4. And now it's up like almost 70 a share.
Wow.
And Spotify too. So yeah, individual stocks make up close to 30% or so, give or take, of my portfolio, and then I have another like 25% in just like S&P, like VU, right?
Okay, cool.
It's basic. And then on top of that, we got that Yada investment there.
Cool.
Yeah, you can use coupon code Nate.
Graham. Bleep that out.
Jack Graham.
Use Nate.
Bleep that out.
And then what else do I have? Just a little bit of crypto.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot with crypto. For some obvious reasons. It's just there's so much. There's speculating and then there's investing. It's like, I'm not bashing on crypto investors, but I just don't know enough about it to like go all in on cryptocurrency.
But you're still going pretty heavily into individual stocks.
Yeah, and I try to tone that down.
30% is not crazy though.
Well, it's split up between like, like 2 dozen different companies, or more than that by now. So like, it's not crazy. And I try to tone that down because you have to be a little bit active about it, which I don't like being active about my investments. Like the index fund thing is really nice to just kind of set and forget. And then what else? Just some gold. I shouldn't tell them where I have it. Let's just say I have in a gold fund or something.
Wait, what do you mean where you have it?
It's on his wrist.
Yeah, no, it's not. And what else? I feel like I'm missing something really small. Bonds are like 3% or something, but nothing.
So it's got to be what at this point, like 1.5 million total? 1 million?
I don't want that much. I'm not. I mean,
no, Graham. It's clearly
Graham, you're forgetting about taxes.
It's around 950,000.
Well, wait, are we including taxes?
No, just your investment portfolio. It's got to be. Why? We put you on the spot here. So
people love coming on our podcast. They love it.
I'm a peach.
I'm not sure if I'm going to give you a figure range, but
I can clear it out.
Let's just say that Uncle Sam takes his cut from all my income. So, and I've only been doing this for like.
Do you have an S corp?
A couple years. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But like I've only been doing this for a couple years, and like, last year I made like 200 some thousand. It wasn't like crazy, and then this year, it was like it scaled up. And before this, like I was in college, so I'm 22, so like I literally had $0.
I'm thinking because I remember watching your videos 2017, so I'm just assuming like 4 years of these crazy. So I forget. Yeah, the last 2 years, your channel has really just exploded, and you've had all of this success.
Last year at this time, so right now it's at 780,000 maybe. And last year at this time it was like 300,000.
Yeah, wow.
And then last year before that it was at like 40,000.
Yeah.
So and then just like 10x's every year, except this year it might be slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. Because you're not posting enough.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I gotta get you to post. What would motivate you? What would motivate you to post? I mean, my biggest. Would you ever look back at this? You're 22. I mean, you got your entire life ahead of you. Mm-hmm. If you just stayed consistent and posted twice a week for 2 years, you could set yourself up in 2 years for the rest of your life. And you'll never have to worry about it because now you run the risk.
I already can though. I'm not running a risk. I'm not worried about it because
he's still making. Analytics show.
Yes, but I'm saying there is a chance if something happens to YouTube, something happens, or you want to start a family one day. You want to have the freedom to be like, you know what, I want to live in New York City. I want to live in San Francisco, and now I got a wife and kids. It costs money. So, and you could fund all of that in 2 years. And it just gives you options.
I know what you're saying, but I'm not too worried about it. Like I think there's as long as you're able to innovate and change, and like that's why I think the reason why my growth is still going is because like I'll take a step back and be like, all right, I need to change something up. Because the worst is like when you see a YouTuber who's been doing something for 10 years and they're making the same videos for 10 years straight, and they're like getting 2,000 views per video. So I always like when I start to see the graph just start to slide a little bit and I'm feeling a little bit motivated, I will go in and I'll be like, all right, I need to change something up. And then so like that's when I hired my videographer for like a little bit more cinematic videos. That's when I did like the minimalist apartment thing. Like I'd say every 12 months I look at it and say I got to change something up. And so I'll probably do that, later this year. I'll be like, I got to change something.
Where are you changing to?
I'm going more towards, I'm actually kind of getting out of finance a little bit.
I've noticed you've taken the Matt D'Avella approach a little bit.
I like it. I feel like I've already hashed out a lot of the finance stuff. And I kind of, not that I'm tired about talking about it because I love making videos, but I don't like to repeat myself on YouTube ever. Because I just feel like I'm not providing as much value as I could be. And so the lifestyle stuff is a lot more fulfilling. You make a lot less money on it because the ad rates are just way lower, but I don't really mind. Like I'll willingly make less money. And that's why like you guys probably noticed too, like I don't sell courses just because I don't really need to make that much money. Maybe I know that doesn't resonate with some people, but like I just don't really, it's for fun.
Yeah.
Like, I do all this for fun. And like I'll like money's a byproduct of whatever I do. That's just how I work.
Yeah. Well, you've taken an interesting approach with YouTube that makes me rethink some things. It seems like almost all of your videos are meant to be evergreen. Not all of them, but like a large percentage of them. And all you need to do is rank 20 videos on evergreen topics. And as long as each one of your videos every month can get views for 2 years, that'll really solidify you as long as the algorithm places your videos towards the top.
Yeah. And like I have videos from 2018, so it's like 2.5 years ago, and they've been getting 5,000 views a day, every day for 2.5 years, like consistently, just flatline. I mean, that's just what I do. And I like
get views.
Yeah. That's just what I do. I get 5,000 views a day every single day.
Slow and steady, nothing crazy, but it works.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Props. Let's talk about financial minimalism.
Yeah.
So explain what financial minimalism is, or just minimalism.
First of all, I feel like you coined financial minimalism. I knew it. Okay.
I did. Yeah.
Because so sometimes like in the finance community or just on YouTube in general, I feel like somebody has a video that pops off and then everybody kind of like so like you've had a bunch of those where you make something and then everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna make a $72 a day or $72 a month Tesla video too. I think the only one that I had that a lot of people saw and were like, oh, I gotta kind of ride that a little bit, which is how YouTube works, you know, like everybody knows that. So like I made the minimalist video, right? The minimalist apartment. Yeah. It blew up. And then like
I did my minimalist house story.
Yeah. So then you coined financial minimalism, I think. And
that was it. Yeah. So you made my minimalist house tour, and I didn't want to say minimalist. I didn't want to just say that because then I would be copying you. So I was like, what can I say that's finance related? I'm like, financial minimalist.
Hey, that's going to be in a dictionary one time. That's going to be in a dictionary one day, and it's going to be Graham Stephan is the founder of financial minimalism.
I'm happy to take credit for that, but I want people to know, like, I had no, like, there's no real, like, it doesn't mean anything. I just, like, financial minimalism. I took two words.
Stuck the keyword in there.
Seriously, I just took 2 words that sounded good. No real meaning behind it, but it works.
Oh, it
You're
works
a financial
so well.
Minimalist. I mean, it sounds legit. It sounds like it should be a word.
I'm not frugal. I'm
just a financial minimalist. It's crazy, but that was my financial minimalist home tour. And then after that, I had a few other videos how to be a financial minimalist. Those did decently well. But
so I am actually a minimalist. Like sometimes people are like, oh, this guy just stuffs all of his crap in his closet or something. I just filmed my new apartment tour, my minimalist apartment tour, and I like open up the closets. I'm like, guys, I literally have nothing in here. Like I just don't have a lot of stuff.
So what does that mean? You have a house, it's just like no furniture?
No, like I have a couch. I don't have a kitchen table. I should get one of them. It's mostly because I mean, there's a lot of reasons for it.
For not having a kitchen table.
It's because you don't care. Just like me, dude.
I just don't care.
It's because we're 22 and we're young men. We don't need decorations. We don't need tables.
I hate decorations.
Me too.
Like anything that doesn't serve a purpose. No offense. But this little thing here.
It's all aesthetic. There's no utility.
Here's the thing. I was the same way. When I think about 25 for me is when I started appreciating the little decorations and the aesthetics.
Maybe.
Like you don't need this little, but it looks really good. Or this little red rooster thing there. The little trinkets and stuff. I love trinkets.
It does look nice, but I don't think Nate or I would ever go out of our way to do it.
Everything has, for me, it has to have a purpose. So, and there's two, it's usually one of two things. It either is really practical and useful. So like a blender, right? Or like an Instant Pot, like things that I really use a lot, or it has to just really bring me a lot of value or like joy, right? So like I have a boosted board because it's fun. Like just rip around Philly with it and it's fun. But if it's like a trinket, like just like a pot sitting on a shelf over there, like no, I will throw it out.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I think we see very evenly on that.
There's just no purpose for it.
No, I don't need artwork or anything on the walls or anything. I agree with you. That's funny.
Yeah, because you get it for free. I give
gave me like these paintings, but I haven't put them up yet. They're just on the
clothes too. I give Jack everything that I have not used in like 2-3 years. I'm like, Jack, you want? Because I won't throw it away. Right. I feel so bad about throwing anything useful away. So Jack takes it. Yeah. Shoes.
It's a good deal.
Shirts, hats. Yeah. A lot of stuff. Jack just gets.
I just nab 2 watches.
Oh yeah.
Well, so with minimalism, there's so many actual great benefits to it. Like it saves a lot of money because you don't, unless you're frugal and you're going to like Goodwill and you're buying like trinkets there. But like for the most part, it saves you a lot of money. So it fits with my channel well too. And like my message, it's like, hey, you want to save money, just be a minimalist. Like you're going to save a lot of money because you're not going to be tempted to buy random little things. But also with minimalism, it's like so the thing that I notice is like certain things, like say you buy something, it might make you happy for a little bit, but I don't think it provides you long-term satisfaction. Like say I go out and buy a Lamborghini tomorrow, like it's cool, I'll love it for like a month, 2 months, and I feel like it starts to wear off after a while, and it's not really providing like that cool factor, like really fun anymore. It's just like your car, you know? So that's another thing that like a lot of things I say, all right, this might make me happy for a little bit, but it's not going to be long-term. I'm not going to care about it.
Forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something and I was like...
I agree with you 100%. It doesn't make sense to have a lot of stuff. And I think I saw this in a YouTube video or something. This could have been you, but maybe it wasn't. Someone said in regards to minimalism, one really good benefit of it is just the fact that you don't have to make so many decisions.
Yeah.
Was that you?
I'd have said that, but I'm sure other people have said
Probably
that as well.
Matt Davella. I think he did that in his t-shirt video. Why wears the same shirt every day?
Yeah. It's just like making more decisions every single day. It just causes just like anxiety, or it can like stress you out because it's another thing that you have to decide between it. It's just like another battle in your head.
Decisions, and then like losing stuff. I lose stuff all the time. My keys, like when I go back to my parents' house, sorry again, Mom, but like I'll put my keys down somewhere or my wallet and it'll be gone for like hours. I'll be searching through all the couches and like trying to find it. If I set my keys down in my apartment, it's like,
it's one of the
it's
things.
like, oh, it's either on the counter or it's on the floor and that's it. Like there's nowhere else it could be. So I find like I don't lose stuff and it saves time. And I don't have to clean. Like I rarely have to clean stuff because there's not that much stuff to clean.
Where do you spend your money? Are you wasteful on anything?
Am I wasteful on anything?
Or like some splurge? Or like,
food.
Listen,
it's got to be food.
Not so much. I mean, I don't spend a ton on food. It's probably traveling. Traveling because sometimes it'll be like a weird like in March I was over in Europe and I had to come back to America, so I dropped a lot of money on that ticket because it was like mid-March and it's like you need to get back to America by midnight, like because the whole thing going on. So traveling definitely, you know, like and that's why I love spending money. Like I used to spend it I used to go to hostels and just live in hostels like that because that's fun. But now I might be kind of moving into like the hotel, you know, splurging a little bit, spending
lifestyle
a little bit
inflation.
Lifestyle inflation happens. It does. But no, but I have a travel fund. Like it's like a separate thing that like I have a travel fund that are like a couple percent, and I just, you know, so like that's my travel fund.
But if you say you have a travel fund, but what if you don't spend that couple of percent? Do you feel compelled to spend up to it?
No, because I'll just save it up for a bigger trip. Yeah.
Well, so if you really wanted to go though, would you really adhere to your budget? Because you're like, it's probably
you got him.
That's what I thought.
But I never reach it. I never reach it because like now it's like, I don't know, the budget's like, it's like 11,000 or 12,000. It's like, and like I try to drain it on trips, but like it doesn't really
try to, but you just can't.
That sounds so
No,
terrible.
I love it. No, it's I get it. I understand.
Yeah, but
I don't. But
do you travel alone?
I love traveling alone.
Really?
Yeah. I travel with friends sometimes, but it's hard to find people to travel with because like it's usually very spontaneous. Like literally I'm like the day before I'm just like, yo, I'm going somewhere, and I go on Google Flights and just see what's available and stuff. But I love traveling alone because it forces you to meet people, and I think that's fun. Like
that's so cool.
Like when you go to a hostel and you're over in like, say you go to like I don't know, just say you're in like Berlin or something, right? Or like Vienna, Austria, and you're in a hostel and you just like meet people, and it's just like social environment. Next thing you know, you're like the Dead Sea in Israel or something, just hanging out with like a bunch of random people you met like a week prior, and it's just like
I'd have too much anxiety to do that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Like, so when I actually got here, I got here on Monday. I did not, like, I literally got off the plane. I was like, oh, dang, I don't know where I'm staying tonight. Like, I need to find I had to book the hotel when I got off the plane. I was like, all right, where are we going?
What are you here for?
I was meeting with a couple people, but I'm making like a really cool video in Yosemite in like a couple weeks. I'm not going to stay that long, but we're like planning it out this week and everything. So yeah, but I also just book flights to LA probably every 6 months. Just because there's always stuff to do here. Yeah. And there's always like people to meet up with and stuff. But I actually didn't even know I had this flight because back in March when like, you know, the world's burning to the ground, I went and I bought a bunch of tickets, and I forgot about this too, but I bought a bunch of tickets for like later in the year because I was like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. And also that's when the airlines said like, oh, you can just get full refund on your flights.
All right.
And the flight prices were like $20. Like you could get flights all over the country for so cheap. So it's like a little insurance policy. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So where else are you going?
I'm not really going anywhere else probably right now. I'll probably just go back to Philly. But this summer I was in Colorado. You know, can't really do a lot of traveling now, but so it's mostly like kind of off the grid type of like, you know, just like somewhere in the wilderness somewhere. That's kind of had to shift the travel style because before it was like, oh, I'm going to a foreign country, like go to the cities and just like, you know, have some fun. But now it's totally shifted to like, okay, now what can we do that's like, you know, just off, like with my car, just like off somewhere by myself, just avoiding like mountain lions and stuff. Hey, you guys are welcome to join on my next trip.
Yeah, dude. That's so awesome. Let's talk about clothing. Okay. So go over your outfit and how much each article costs.
All right. So I'm really changing it up today because I usually just wear like black shirts. This was like $19 or $20 at Old Navy, maybe.
This reminds me of this Hype Beast video.
Oh yeah. So what you got?
What you got? You're like, oh yeah, this Gucci.
So then I got the Gucci shirt.
Okay.
$600. No, this is this is like one of those like value packs of like just like 10 black shirts at like Walmart or something, you know? So I don't know. This shirt was probably $1, $2. My pants I bought these at PacSun 2 years ago for like, I don't know, $40, $50. I don't remember, but I've worn them so much that like, you see, I have these massive holes.
There's a big hole in the,
these holes were not here. Like there were no holes in these jeans, like 2 years ago. And I've just worn them so many times, but, I'm not cheap. It's just like, I just don't
care.
You're a minimalist, financial minimalist.
And also I hate shopping. It's the worst thing to go to the store and be like, I got to find something to buy and I need this. And I hate it. Like going in and buying clothes is just like, it's not the money. I don't care about that. It's a chore. And it's like, oh, now I got to see if this medium fits or if I should get the large. And it's like, you know, and then my shoes, I just have white shoes, like $20 a pair, $30 a pair. And I go through a pair like every 4 or 5 months just because they get beat up a lot.
Yeah. You need write-offs, man. That's what you need. You need some good write-offs.
I know I do.
Lambo time.
Yeah.
No. I don't like flashy stuff.
You get a black Lambo then.
Sometimes, well, if I do get a car, it's gonna be black. But no, I don't like flashy stuff at all. So I try to keep things as discreet as possible. Just because I feel like I kind of got past that. Like, you know, when I was like 17, it was like, oh, cool sports car. Like, and then I kind of just, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about your watch and your bracelet?
This was really cheap. This was like $20, $30.
Looks expensive.
It does, right? It was on Amazon.
Yeah.
Really cheap. And then
I was expecting to say like a lot.
Yeah, affiliate link in the description. We'll find that.
No, yeah, I should start selling these. But then the watch was a couple dollars more.
What do you mean a couple dollars more? Like, what watch is it?
Was it expensive?
It's not crazy, but it's
Grand Seiko. That's I'm gonna guess what $800 for that watch.
Yeah.
Grand Seiko. How much are Grand Seikos?
It was a little more, but yeah, they're not. It's
a little more.
Yeah, a little more. But it wasn't like, you know, I figured it'd be nice to get a nice watch, but nothing.
Well, then I'll look.
But it's nothing flashy, like, you know. But
Graham, you got to have your turn too.
What?
I had a Timex. It was like $30. And then just one day I was like, all right, I got to spend some money somewhere, like, cause you know.
Does that bring you a lot of pleasure?
Oh, wow. I think there we go. Not bad. Grand Seiko is at the Elegance. That looks like the Elegance, right? Yeah.
Wow, I found it. It's $9,000.
No, it's not.
No, it's 35.
36. 36.55.
Yeah,
wow,
so nothing crazy. If you see me on the street, don't mug me. It's a replica.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh wait, no, I got the wrong one. 25 grand.
No way. No,
yeah, I'm kidding.
I wouldn't.
I appreciate it.
I think there's a certain. Well, that's the thing about watches. Wow. I'm gonna start getting into watches because I think a lot of them do kind of hold their value. And so, like, if I'm gonna spend money on something, I always try to make it. And this is just my brain that does this, but like, I always try to make it like something that kind of retains its value. And I tell my followers this too. It's like, all right, if you, because sometimes you just have the urge, and you're like, all right, I've been saving a lot of money. I've been doing really well. Want to treat myself a little bit, and then I find a way to like buy something that also doesn't just devalue like crazy.
You gotta get yourself a ring, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta get yourself a ring.
I don't know. I feel like I got enough here already.
Speaking of rings, are you dating?
Oh, gee.
You got to bring a Tinder date.
Yeah, man. Are you on Tinder?
No, I'm not on Tinder.
Bumble.
Oh, dude.
No.
You gotta explore.
No.
Jack will give you so much advice.
All right. You got advice for this?
What, for Tinder?
Yeah.
For Bumble, for dating? I'm the master.
I feel like it just takes time. Like I did use them before, and it was just like I just wouldn't respond to people.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could respond to this, or I could go do something else, and I just never got around to responding. So I agree.
It is much more fun swiping than it is to like holding a conversation.
Like you get your little dopamine hit, and you're like, all right,
that's exactly it. Yeah.
Like, but no, I like meeting people in person or just like through friends and stuff. That's kind of like.
But we can't really right now.
Yeah, I know, but. There's also people sliding in the DMs, but you gotta watch it. I don't really. I don't respond.
Okay, you don't respond to this. Okay.
I don't respond.
All right. Yeah, all right. Graham, what about you, man?
What?
You got a girl? No, I'm kidding. What's your outfit looking like?
Oh yeah, okay. So we gotta do it in the cool style.
Right, I'll put on cool music.
Yeah, like the cool beats in the background. We gotta like zoom in and out as we're doing this. So we got the H&M t-shirt, cotton.
Okay.
$6.
Okay.
Swim trunks, Amazon. Seriously, swim trunks.
They are, yeah.
Swim trunks, Amazon, $10.
Okay.
Socks, those are free. Got those. Brett Oppenheim, thank you for the socks. And
You stole them, or
you got?
no, he brings clothes.
He just brings in.
Are those secondhand socks?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
You wear secondhand
I
socks.
think
You got
these
a problem with secondhand?
Yeah, these are Lululemon socks.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not.
sounds fancy.
Lululemon
I
I
thought
feel
those
socks.
are
like
expensive.
socks secondhand would be a little.
So Brett Oppenheim sometimes will buy like what?
Because of secondhand underwear?
yeah, like how would you, no?
No,
Wait.
they are secondhand.
Wait.
Exposed.
They are secondhand, but they're not worn. Yes. So
Wait, how does that work?
So Brett Oppenheim
wearing
shops
Brett's underwear?
Yeah. So he shops a lot. Look at this. Let me explain.
Okay, all right, we'll hear you out.
Brett Oppenheim shops a lot. So what will happen is sometimes he'll order just stuff online. He'll order like 9 packs of socks, like Lululemon socks, but he buys the wrong size.
Oh my God.
So instead of going and returning them, he just leaves them unopened on my desk. He did this with socks, underwear, pants, shirts, jackets. Like honestly, about 80% of my wardrobe is from Brett Oppenheim.
I think we found our title for the episode right there.
Yeah.
Graham wears secondhand.
That's not, but they're not used. So it's not like he's going to wear them.
It's
like,
not.
Here you go. Yeah. But seriously, so that's where when I have that Prada shirt, that polo, that's Brett. I have Prada jeans that I wear. That's Brett. I have a Ferragamo.
I gotta befriend
belt.
people
Yeah.
that buy those kinds.
Seriously, even that nice white shirt I wear is a tailored shirt. That was Jason Oppenheim's, but that was a tailored shirt. But it got tailored a little bit too small for him, but it fit me perfectly. So, like, I am the recipient, and I wear it all the time. So
That's awesome. That's really cool, actually.
So yeah, I haven't really bought.
It's good for the environment
in like
too.
2 years. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then you have a watch too.
And the watch.
So
like
approximately
20 grand.
20 grand. So your total outside value is $20,000.
Yeah,
$20,020 probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you've got like
Not much.
Not much. For me, this shirt was a gift. It was a birthday present. These shorts, I have no idea where I got them from, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Free. That's all I have. That's all I'm wearing. Cool. So $0 man right here. So what else can we chat about?
What else?
Do you enjoy an occasional chat about options trading?
I don't do a lot of options. It's more so like I have a Robinhood account and I'll just mess around. Like it's very like basically all the free referrals and stuff I got from Robinhood. And I'll just use that to just like, buy some puts and calls and stuff, but I'm not deep into that. Are you guys?
Jack is.
Oh boy,
so
that's dangerous.
Man,
I'm
so deep.
Every episode, Jack tries to convince everyone to get into options
you
trading.
Got to, man.
Jack the other night, he's like, Graham, if you did options, what is it? Selling puts? Was it?
Selling covered calls.
Selling covered calls on Tesla, you would have made X amount this week.
So we had Kevin on. You know Kevin, right?
Yeah.
Meet
I know
Kevin, that guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, of course. We had Kevin on, and I told him to sell covered calls on Tesla. Okay.
And he did?
No, he didn't. Oh. Okay. And that was about a month ago. And I did the math, I think it was yesterday. And he would have made, if he did that, about $170,000 in 1 month. A month, if you listen to me.
But what if it didn't?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what if Tesla just implodes?
It would have been good for him on the side of the call, selling the call. But if it skyrocketed, it would have sucked because he would have had to pay tax on the gains and also
selling.
You would have had to sell the stuff.
I mean, it keeps working until it doesn't. That's what I think.
I'm saying is $170,000 in income is pretty incredible
because it worked. But if it didn't work, you wouldn't have brought that up.
I've seen people lose millions with options and just
probably buying though. That was probably buying or selling naked.
Yeah. But it's still like I just don't like that.
Oh, you know what? Click off because I think I got to throw on another battery.
We never publicly announced this.
What?
So when I first started getting into options trading, I told Graham that I was very confident in my strategy.
Okay.
And Graham said he would only something like along the lines of being impressed if I went 20 for 20. So out of my first 20 contracts, I profited on every single one of them. And I did.
You made a total return of 3%.
No, I made a total return of
3%.
It was okay, so it was between two brokerages. On Robinhood I probably made like 10, 12, 13% in a couple months, and then on Tastyworks it was probably like 5%, 6%.
So you made like
1% on each one of these, or
no, I mean like as low as about 1%, as high, I bought a put, which obviously is very risky, and I made like 40% on that.
Nice.
But yeah, I've clocked in like about $1,400 profit now.
Wow.
But also, if I'm including appreciation of stock, I've probably made around $2,000 because.
Congratulations. You did 20 for 20.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I got a course coming out next week, guys. Make sure you sign up.
He's
for
going
that.
to teach everyone how to do that. Yeah. Forex trading.
But so there you guys go.
Include
it's
your
publicly
WhatsApp.
announced. Yeah.
WhatsApp would spell it differently. So you can't,
WhatsApp, yeah.
How about those comment chains?
Oh, it's so bad,
dude. You get
comments on YouTube and comments on Instagram are ruined, and the YouTube and Instagram have to do something about it because it's so bad, and it's getting way out of control. Like if you go into the comment section on my videos, it's like I can't delete them fast enough. It's just like bots. With like
I've spent
Forex, Mr. Henderson, something.
Yeah, Mr. Henderson, sign up for Miss Rodriguez.
I'm like, but people must actually think it's real.
It
must be working. Yeah,
it works. They've made so many fake accounts on me.
Oh yeah, same.
Spelling my name EN with the same profile picture, everything, and they're going back and literally this guy is responding on people's comments and be like, hey, send me a message on WhatsApp. I will help you invest with crypto. And it's like, these poor people. I get emails. It'd be like, hey, dude, like you scammed me. I'm like, that wasn't me. That was like Grahamstephanpodcast. En. And they're like, oh yeah, it was. But like, I can't, it's insane.
It bothers me a lot. And I think I had like at least a dozen fake Instagram accounts, like impersonate me and then just like message all of my followers. And people think it's real. Some people, I mean, most people can probably see through it because be like, oh, this guy's 5 followers, and like 2 likes on a photo or something. But yeah, hopefully they can get that under control. That's another reason why I'm getting a little bit out of finance. Like I hate dealing with that stuff. And it's so like the lifestyle stuff is just like relaxed and nobody's going to scam and that. So
yeah, I felt so bad for one. Someone wrote I think there's a website called like Scam Artist Alert or something like Scam Alert. I forget. They wrote an article on me.
Same, yeah, because they thought I was running ads.
Yeah, I felt so bad. This guy, and I was reading this not knowing that like they were scammed. I thought this was someone just like trying to get me.
Yeah,
and they're like, I paid Graham $1,000 for training for my son to be a real estate agent, and he never got back to us. And
terrible.
And I was like, wait a second, he made this up because I don't do that. Like, and then I realized like, wait a second, it's that EN. Someone spelled my name EN. And I felt terrible.
Yeah.
And they're still doing it.
And I think I just saw in your story today is like somebody was running ads with your face on it.
Yeah.
Somebody did that last month. It was Andre Jick's face and it was my name running ads. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I sent it to Andre and it was...
We could see if someone uploaded that video.
Oh,
yeah. I posted on Instagram. Let's see if anyone did it. No.
Yeah, that's it's so weird. And that happened to like Mr. Beast. Like it's happening to like YouTube really needs to get a hold on this. And maybe they're just lazy about it or like, but like they don't have any checks to see who's running ads. Like I see like crypto, like really like crypto scams sometimes running ads before videos. It's like, how is this getting through YouTube's like system? Like how are they letting them run this ad where it's like, you send me 1 Bitcoin, we send 2 back. Like, and I see it on my homepage on YouTube. It's like Elon Musk feeling generous today, giving back Bitcoin to everybody, sent him Bitcoin to this address. And it's like, has like 70,000 live views on it. And they're all like fake, but it shows up on my home screen.
Look at this. This is all a week ago. I delete them all and they just pop up 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
This one, like just all of these. Thought my house resort to sleeping in the car. Jack Gray and his team. It's like,
what they do is they write a comment and they say, wow, I didn't know investing could be so lucrative or something like that.
You can tell by the first sentence. Like,
they get exactly. Then they get another account to reply and say, oh, of course, investing can be really good. I've had great experiences. And the other person's like, oh, what are these experiences? And they're like, I've been talking to Mr. Gray and Mr. Gray has gotten me like $7,000.
Mr. or Mrs. something.
Exactly. And then they're like, oh, wow, may I be able to contact Mr. Gray?
I thought about
WhatsApp.
I thought about reaching out. That could be a good video. But my fear, make a whole video on it, like exposing them. But my fear is that you do that and you upset them.
I wouldn't.
And they're
the
like,
hornet's nest.
Yeah, no, exactly. And they're like, you know what? Now we're gonna double down. So I prefer just like let's quietly delete the comments. They're gonna post it back, but at least we slow them down a little bit. And guys, and if you ever see those comments, just I don't know if they report them.
Just dislike them.
Just dislike them. Or just comment
and say scam.
Yeah, comment on that and just say scam. I think that's important. I know where the light is flickering.
You gotta pay the electricity bill.
I know. I forgot to pay the water bill.
Did you really?
Being dead serious, yeah.
Credit score.
Not good.
No, it's not. It's not a credit score thing. It's just I pay a late fee. Oh man. Oh well.
Make sure you guys like the video and check out the ads.
Yeah. We gotta pay for this electricity. And water.
For the
Gosh, yeah. But no, the comment section is getting it's really bad. And what I don't like the like bots of botting the likes to the top. And YouTube has to figure out a way where if a comment gets liked a certain amount of times. And like, I don't know.
It through some system.
It's got to go. It should go under review, so it doesn't get deleted. It's just under review if a certain comment gets liked so many times. Or if they sense that like a back and forth. I don't know because they keep changing on keywords.
But there's so many like YouTube. Just I don't think they really care about it a lot right now. And hopefully it comes to their attention a little bit more.
Because you know why? It's just isolated to finance content. If you go to anyone else's channels, it's rare.
And that's just because the niche has blown up so much like in the past couple of years. Like it did not exist a few years ago.
Yeah. So that's a shame. What do you do in your spare time?
How much spare time do you have?
A lot.
I do have a bit of spare time. So I like to be really productive when I want to be productive. So like when I'm working, I turn off my phone, I get rid of distractions, and like I'll crank workout. In my free time though, I go on long walks. Like I'm kind of like the Forrest Gump of walking. Like I just walk. Like I'll walk for like, and maybe there's just something wrong with me. I don't know. But like I'll just
slam.
I walk. I walk too.
Like it'll be like I'll eat dinner or something. It'll be like 6 o'clock and be like, I feel like just going for a walk. And next thing you know, it's like 1 a.m. I'm still walking. I'm like, I should probably go back.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Like just hanging out, just walking, like just enjoying life. I guess that's weird, but like I just enjoy it. Like just
I understand it.
And then thinking and just like,
I fully understand it.
Walks are nice.
At night, I go for a lot of night walks, and I'll just go out, and I'll be out for a solid like 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours, just by myself walking.
It's weird.
Around.
Jack comes back with a whole bunch of cash on him, and like
a bunch of cash, some scratches all over my body.
Got a ski mask.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think walks are really nice, and maybe this is another Matt Devella thing, but someone said if you go for walks, then the forward movement when you're walking actually spurs like better brain thought or something like that. Like your brain is able to work better when you have forward movement or something like that.
When I do a lot of thinking, I have to be moving. Yeah. So like people actually probably think I'm like a lunatic because like I'm walking through Philly and I'm like talking to myself. Like I'm like, yes, this is it. Like if I like so bad when I'm thinking about this, but like that's just what I do. Like if I have or like sometimes when you're just like doing something, you just have like an epiphany and you just like you're out in public and you're like, yes, this is it, right? Like you just it all comes together. You're like, this is the next big video idea or something. Like. Do you just like internalize all that, or you're like out there like high fiving people? You're like, let's go.
No,
like
I internalize it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I kind of don't internalize.
You high five strangers?
I've done it before when you get really excited about something. Yeah.
What excited you that much?
I don't even remember. It's just like little things like, well, I shouldn't say little things, but just like a big like epiphany where you're just like, this is going to work so well. Like
what?
Video ideas. I don't know. Just
Snapchat going up 33%.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff where it's like something really big happens and you're just like, dang, I need to just like, celebrate a little bit.
But that's cool.
I guess that's weird.
No, I respect that. That's awesome.
I like interacting with strangers. Like, I'm an introvert, but like it's still, I'm definitely an introvert, but it's still kind of fun, just like meeting people. Not that I just like walk up to random people and like
high five them.
Well, okay, I do sometimes, but like. I don't just like walk up to random people and start like creeping them out and talking to them. Like it's more so just like
I think you understand like, social.
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
Etiquette.
How do you make friends with them?
With strangers?
Strangers. Do you tell them what you do?
No. I never tell people what I do.
Do you want to role play?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Graham wants to role play with you. Yeah. Okay. So
if I'm a total stranger, we're at a coffee shop or something. We're sitting at the table.
I mean, so it depends. Like, did I just hear some really good news?
You heard some really bad news.
Oh, well, bad news. No, I'm not gonna. Actually, yeah, but you'd have to bleep all this out. So I couldn't like.
All right, you heard some great, fantastic.
Yeah,
news.
if I heard great news, like I probably wouldn't. You wouldn't really understand the context. It'd be more so. I'll just be like, yeah, let's go, and then be like, let's go, and then just like high five, and then I'd like leave with my coffee or something.
But you're not making friends with them.
No, not all of them. Yeah, most of them not. Actually, most of them not.
People might think
I would have been confused. Yeah.
And that's cool. You're spreading positivity.
Yeah, it's spreading
right? Because there's no
but
way.
they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Or like when somebody's, okay, you can't do any of this anymore because like But like when somebody's running by, or if you're both going on runs and you're running past, you like give them a high five, you're like, let's go, kind of like
it's friendly.
Yeah,
I've never given people high fives when I run, but there's definitely like a running etiquette where if you see someone else that's running, you give them a nod.
Yeah.
You acknowledge that they're out and they're running too, and you're like, nice job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not going to high five everybody, but like it's a rare occurrence.
Your hand is just always
It's a rare occurrence. It's a rare occurrence. But this is like the number one super spreader thing to do in 2020. So I don't do that, but in 2020, but so that's a pastime of mine.
Huh.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
Fun.
You're spreading positivity. Yeah. I think that there is a very, very, very slim, if any, chance that you doing that to someone random in public will actually negatively impact their day. Like, they're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, trying to reciprocate your optimism.
It's not like I'm saying something like, I don't even like compliment people because even that could be taken like in the wrong context. Like, it's not like a. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not catcalling people on the street.
Are you being sarcastic to me? You said I had a nice smile. Are you making fun of me?
Well, no, because like people don't. I don't know. People don't like. I don't think. Yeah. Okay.
Imagine going up to somebody and being like, "Hey,
I don't say stuff
really
to
like your hairstyle." And they're like, "What did you just say to me?" Oh no, no.
But some people, but some people it happens a lot, and it does get like. I know people who are like, if you compliment people, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, that makes sense.
Right? Like if you're walking on the street and like, say you're like really attractive and you're walking on the street and like everybody's just like, hey, you look great today. Like eventually it gets kind of, I don't know.
Compliments are weird. Like,
yeah,
I personally, I do not really like being complimented. I think it feels weird. It really feels weird.
Because how do you respond to it too? Right?
Exactly. It's like, if I say thank you, that means I kind of like acknowledge it and maybe it will come off as like I'm in agreement with it.
You're overthinking it.
No, I know what you're saying. I do think that as well. Yeah.
No, to say, oh wow, thanks, really appreciate it. That's something like that. Easy.
Yeah, like if you're walking like on the street or something, you see someone's got like these really cool like overalls or something, like without like stopping them and trying to talk to me, like, yo, sick overalls, and then just like keep walking, like you don't even stop. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if it's actually really cool,
they look you in the eye, they're like, I know. That's why I wore them today.
No, but like I always get caught up in this game. If someone compliments me, I feel like I have to compliment them back.
And you got to think fast too.
Exactly.
Like, what
and it never works out. Exactly.
No, but that's why you say
every time.
Yeah, but like that's why like if it's like no, I really don't. I don't catcall people. It sounds like I'm just like out there just like heckling people on the street.
You're that guy in like GTA 5 that goes around.
I'm not the guy. This is all very rare occurrence. I don't even know how we ended up in this rabbit hole of like, I think we're talking about going on walks or something.
Yeah,
and then,
it's like what you do in your free time.
Yeah, I'm like digging myself into a hole, like sound like a lunatic just out on the streets, just like
high-fiving people, complimenting them.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So anyway, what do you do in your spare time besides walks?
So let's see, what did I do today? I wake up pretty early, you know. I mean, out here too, like 5:30.
That's pretty early.
Well, so this summer I was waking up at like 6:30 or 7. Now it's because I'm came from Philly, so I'm waking up, you know, just naturally waking up earlier. And then I went for a long walk.
In the morning?
How long?
Yeah, I don't know, like I didn't track it, but maybe like an hour, like just on the beach.
Okay.
And then I sat on the beach for a couple hours just thinking. Most of my day consists of thinking.
And what do you think about?
Yeah.
Just the next moves, enjoying life. I'm a simple person, really. I think that's the way to put it. But just like the next move to make. Sometimes I think I overthink. Like I think too much. And it actually could be a problem. That's one of the reasons why I don't get out that many videos. Like it might sound like I'm kind of just lazy, but it's also because I theorize too much. And like I kind of was like, all right, well I could make this video and I'll think for a week about it. Like what video should I make next? And I'll think for weeks.
You got to do some time cost analysis.
I know.
As long as you spend thinking about that, you could have done that video and moved on to something else.
Maybe that's why you're a minimalist. Because you think so much, and if you had all these decisions and all these things cluttered around, it could clutter your brain as well.
It is true, yeah, that is true. But what do I do in my free time? That is a really good question. I spend a lot of time with family, friends. You know, can't do that a lot this year anyway. But a lot of time with family. You know, so like I'm in Philly, so my family's like an hour outside Philly, so I can just go hang out with them all the time. You know, grandparents. Yeah.
In Philly, you live alone. Like,
yeah.
And do you have friends?
Yeah. I have friends.
What is your family?
What are you trying to say?
Wow.
I'm
in the area, in the area.
Yeah. Because I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania, so I have my hometown friends. I have a lot of friends out at Penn State because I went there for like 2.5 years. So there's still a lot of them are still there, and then I have a lot of friends in Pittsburgh because all the Pittsburgh people went to Penn State. So like all over Pennsylvania. But I love being in Philly because it's good location. Like New York's an hour away by train. I can get to DC in 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Like it's just perfect location. I can be at the beach, Jersey Shore, in an hour. So a lot of people around, yeah.
What do your parents think of all of this? Your YouTube success?
At first they were concerned because actually I didn't tell anybody about my YouTube channel until they found it. I think I had like 10,000 subscribers. I did not tell my friends. I didn't tell my family. Right? Because it was like, I didn't want people knowing.
Even now, I still don't even, like, there's a lot of people who don't know about the channel.
But so my parents were like, I was always threatening to drop out of college. And it's not like they really had skin in the game because I was like paying for myself and stuff. So I didn't really worry about that. But they were concerned when I'd be like, I think I'm gonna drop out of college next month. And they were like, no, please don't. Like, because every parent wants like security for their child, right? Like they want their child to like take the nice, comfortable route that like is the most likely to succeed, right? So they're concerned about it, and then I think eventually they just kind of started seeing the paychecks rolling in. Although I never showed them, but they just kind of assumed, I guess, or my siblings told them or something. And then so yeah, they're supportive of it now. Yeah.
What were you studying in college?
Marketing. Yeah. So that was not to say that I'm against the school system, because I do think college is worth it. Like when you run the numbers, it is still worth it to go to college, even if you're dropping $100,000 on it, as long as you're going for like the right degree and stuff. But yeah, I went for marketing, and it just kind of got to the point where it's like I was making like $15,000 a month in the spring of 2019, and I was like, I had like all these marketing classes, and it just didn't. I was looking, I was like, this is not like, I'm not learning anything. I'm not, so I figured I'd drop out.
Yeah, what are they teaching you in marketing?
It just like managing marketing, and then well, to be honest, I didn't pay a lot of attention.
Okay.
But I think I probably took, because the first year was all gen eds. Second year, it's like a couple marketing classes here and there. I did the bare minimum. So, I took like a handful of like 400 level marketing classes. I don't even know. It's like market research, I think was one of them. I genuinely just don't even remember because I didn't pay attention at all. But they weren't. It was good stuff to theorize about, but it wasn't. Like I looked at it, I said, I might as well just spend more effort on something that I could make money off of. And also I feel like we've learned so much about marketing with YouTube, like with organic growth, that I think that's valuable in itself. Like you could probably charge, thousands and thousands of dollars for like a quick YouTube consulting call. Yeah. Right. And so I think we kind of learned marketing our own way.
And what about, you said that you don't tell people that you're a YouTuber. So what do you do? Like, what do you tell them that you do?
Whatever I'm feeling like at the moment.
Architect,
real estate.
I think I got this from Tim Ferriss, maybe. If you read the 4-Hour Workweek, I think he said that. Like if I'm in an Uber,
right? Is that it?
Yeah, or like drug dealer or something. Like if I'm in like an Uber, I'm going back to my place. I don't like telling like Uber drivers like what I'm, if they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, and then they go on see make like $50,000 a month or something, and then they drop me off at my house. Like I don't want that kind of.
I made that mistake.
Oh yeah,
telling an Uber driver. We got so sketched out. We stayed in a really bad part of town when it was me and Kevin. We were traveling and I booked like the cheapest Airbnb, just not thinking. I was just like, this one's
in like Detroit.
Where was this? Oh, in Detroit.
Yeah. And I didn't realize the neighborhoods, and I just picked an Airbnb that was like the cheapest one.
Oh,
just thinking, so we had one Uber driver. Yeah, this was it. So we had one Uber driver take us to our Airbnb, and this guy was so cool, and he was like, "Are you sure you're going to the right location?" And we're like, "Yeah, this is it." He's like, are you sure, like, know where you're going? And he's like, do you know people there? And I'm like, it's an Airbnb. Because, I was kind of surprised because usually like people don't stay in that area.
Oh no, that's the worst thing to hear when you're getting dropped off.
But he was warning us.
Yeah.
And we're like, is it safe? He's like, listen, as long as you stay you'll be fine. But don't go like walking around. And we're like, how bad could it be? Oh. So we show up at this place, and it's at night. So anyway, we're hungry, so we get another Uber to take us to a place to eat. Mm-hmm. It's down the street, and we're going to come right back. So anyway, the guy seemed really nice in the car. So I'm chatting away, telling him like what we do, and I'm like, we're here to look at real estate. He's like, oh yeah, what price range? I'm like, boy, yeah. I'm just talking away, telling him everything. He's like, oh, you make YouTube videos? Like, yeah, we're here to make videos. And he seemed nice. He was really interesting.
Yeah.
But it just, he started asking some questions that then Kevin raised the concern that, like, listen, he now knows where we stay, how many people there are in the place when we're not going to be there. Like, he could find us online, see exactly, like, what. And then what ended up happening was, like, an hour and a half later as we got back, there was a car that just parked out front of the place, just waiting.
Oh.
And there was someone in the car at, like, 2 o'clock in the morning with his lights off, but the car was running.
Oh, no.
And Kevin was just sitting there in the window, just looking at this car and be like, dude, we gotta go. I'm like, it's not that bad.
I can picture Kevin doing this.
And then the car drives off and then comes back again in the same location.
No.
And so we're like, maybe he's trying to like scope it out. So anyway, I ended up posting on Instagram and being like, hey, if anyone's in the area, can you come pick us up? And we booked a hotel. But we got a subscriber to actually come and pick us up. And we actually became friends after that. He toured us around the whole area the next day. Like,
that's nice.
Really, really, really cool. But so.
Yeah, you can rely on subscribers for things. Sometimes it's great. Like, whenever I travel somewhere, I'll if I just like post a story I'm somewhere, like I'll get tips from people. They're like, yeah, avoid this spot, go to this spot, like go to this restaurant. And it's great. Like, I feel like most subscribers are genuine. Like, just want to help you out.
I had so much fun. I went to Canada and for a real estate conference, and I had a flight that went to Toronto, but there was no flight later to go to London, Ontario. So, and that's about a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I posted on Instagram and I said, hey, if anyone's willing to pick me up in Toronto and drive me to London, Ontario, we could just hang out.
Yeah.
And within 15 minutes, I had someone say, no problem, I'll see you at the airport.
Wow.
He picked me up at the airport at like 6 o'clock in the morning, drove me 2 hours to London, Ontario. We hung out. I got him the VIP tickets to the real estate conference. He was there. Like, you know how some people will just be like, oh, I'll be there, and then they never show up. He was there the entire thing. That's got him into all like the events. We hung out. We became friends. Really cool. Wow. And that's just from posting on Instagram.
Yeah. You do have to be careful. Like, you kind of have to vet them. Like,
oh yeah.
All right, like, is this person crazy or
you could tell really quickly. Yeah.
But yeah, you meet some cool people for sure.
Yeah. Even just the other day, we had a subscriber come pick up my couch.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I was upset about that. I'm still upset about that. He got a good deal on that couch. It's online right now for $3,100.
Wow.
He paid under $2,000 for it. So
he got your door, or what was it?
Yeah, it was 1.5 inches too big, and they could not maneuver it around in such a way to get it through the door. I was so upset because it was 6 months wait for that couch.
Yeah,
it was so nice, and it's.
I'm not surprised that it was a 6-month wait, because when I had to furnish my place, I realized that I think like IKEA and all these these furniture companies just assumed that like whoever's in charge of their supply chain back in March was like, yeah, half of our customer base is going to die off, and nobody's going to move, and construction's going to stop for a year or something. So they just cut all production or something. And there's like a lumber shortage. There's like, there's so many, like, being a supply chain person this year must be a total mess because it's like all over the place.
But I bought a lot of stuff too around March, April, because every place went on sale. This is the very beginning of everything. And I'm like, ooh, and that's when I locked in that couch.
Wow. It took 6 months.
It took 6 months. And then it's just like, oh, man, I'm still sad about that couch. It was nice, Jack, wasn't it?
It was nice.
It was a really nice couch.
It was a couch.
And now it's going to go in the Vegas place?
No, Macy's got a room for filming and stuff like that. So I wanted to put it in that room, and then it's nice.
Sounds like you really distraught.
Graham really liked the couch.
Yeah, you're really torn about
because that is honestly one of the best bedrooms. Because I got my room for filming, we got the master bedroom, and then we got this bonus room here, and that gets the best light throughout the entire day. So it's like that couch would be so perfect in there, and we're gonna put plants around it, make it look all nice. So I was looking forward to that. Oh well.
What kind of goals do you have for the future? What do you look forward to?
So my goals are, I think every phase of life I can't plan out my life, but for the next couple of years, I just want to get to, a couple more $1 million, like eventually. I'm not like racing to it, but like I'll get to it. And then from there, I'm just going to buy a huge piece of property and live off the land. That's my life.
What's the goal? How many millions?
I mean, I don't have a set goal right now. I used to have set goals for like income. I didn't set one for 2020, and maybe that's why I haven't posted as much. Because the money I just don't feel like matters that much really as much. But like I'm gonna get to it, like probably 5 million or so.
I'm gonna look up this goal. I have not looked at this, by the way. So I made, I think I made this on New Year's Day.
Age chart?
What?
Age?
No. I made on New Year's Day, every single year I make my goals, like resolutions that I want to hit, and I don't look at it for the rest of the year. I look at it one day.
Wow.
I'm tempted to look at it right now.
Do it. Live on the podcast.
Let me see. Okay, I'm not going to show you all of them, but
you'll show
years.
Most.
Maybe I didn't do one this year. I always do one. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta set them before New Year's. I usually set mine like December 1st, so I have some time to like get a head start. Yeah, because if you set it on January 1st, then you're behind.
And this is a reach for me, by the way. So when I write this out, I'm like, this is a reach.
Yeah, you gotta reach.
One of my goals is make $3 million.
In 1 year?
In 1 year.
You definitely
did that.
Definitely did that. Yeah.
Buy another rental property. I didn't do that. I put 3 million subscribers by December 31st. So I'm not gonna hit that. But these are like reaches. Like this is something I shoot for the stars. Like I don't think I'm gonna hit this. 500,000 followers on Instagram. My big one was set up a reef tank. I've not done that yet, but I got the drum set was in this. Start playing the drums again. I did that.
What else is there?
I don't want to go over them, but yeah.
I did a net worth goals probably in like February, maybe January. And I did not expect to be dropping out of college to be working full time. So
you dropped out.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I must have missed that. Was that in like a
that was
episode?
In a podcast?
Okay, because I knew you were in college, right?
Yeah.
It was probably the right move. Like, I think it's only good to drop out if you have something that's like going for you. Like
when you can cost analysis both college and this.
Yeah, and people act like it's the end of the world if you drop out. It's like you're done, but you just go back if you had to, but you're not gonna have to.
No, we got to keep this going, man.
Yeah, you got to.
Every year is going to be better. Every year is going to be better than the last.
It's crazy.
We'll continue expanding, right? Because I think it's just this evolution that where you start off, we're going to continue expanding. It's going to be like the Dr. Phil show at some point. So seriously, I have a little. I just have an idea in my head of what I want.
Yeah, I mean, you could totally do it because I think you are kind of the face of the finance like community right now, and. People don't realize this, but like Dave Ramsey, he's like his company is making hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue per year. Yep. People don't realize that. Like they think he's just like this old guy, like with a microphone, just like in his basement or something with like an assistant. Like he has a massive office building,
hundreds of people,
hundreds of employees.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I don't want to bash on Dave here and create some controversy, but like, you know, like there's a lot more people who I think resonate with you. Like millennials, for example, can resonate with you. Sometimes a little bit more than Dave, just like based off of like age and like you know.
Dave goes for a different demographic though.
Yeah, that is true.
So he's cornered his market better than anyone else, and he's basically a matchmaker. So he's got these affiliate networks where if you want a plumber, you want a contractor, you go through his pre-approved list, and he gets a kickback from that. You want a real estate agent, he's got his pre-approved vetted list. You want a financial advisor, he's got his list.
You pay to become one of those people, right?
You pay to become one of the people. I don't know the exact requirements.
Yeah, but this is all like
yes. I don't know the exact requirements.
This is not set in stone. We're just theorizing allegedly.
Yes, theorizing allegedly. But that I believe, my understanding, I could be wrong, is his biggest source of revenue.
It is,
which is very smart.
You gonna get a rental property?
I do have to get into real estate soon. I don't have any properties. Partially because, and I think Andre also kind of had this problem with like the income. You know, when you're buying a property, they want to see multiple years of income if you're self-employed. Yeah. So I'm waiting. I'm going to file 2020 taxes and then buy a property next year. Is kind of my plan.
For yourself or as a rental?
If I can find like a duplex, it'd be nice. Cool. I feel like house hacking is kind of the way. Yeah. Like I know you've done that. Ryan Scribner did that.
I almost feel like for you, I wouldn't advise you to do real estate. Yeah. I think you're such a free spirit minimalist who enjoys traveling and not having a lot of responsibility and overhead. I don't think you need a rental property, man. I'll be completely honest with you. I think it's gonna probably tie you down more than you would like.
And I don't want to be tied down.
No.
Yeah, that is true, and that's probably another reason why I'm like taking my time with it. So maybe I just won't do real estate at all.
I think for you, the less interaction you have, and just the more freedom you get, it's going to be better for you. I think for people who really want to like build their wealth, put in the work, and get the maximum return as possible, then I'd recommend it. If you were just like, I want to just do everything I can now for 5 years and then try to retire. But if you're traveling all the time and you just like turning your phone off for hours on end and just sit at the beach and relax, the last thing you need is a property manager saying, hey, so your foundation has a crack. We need to repair it. Are you going to be okay with this thing? All right, now it's empty for a little bit. What do you want to do? It's another thing to worry about.
I think Ryan Scribner was talking to me about that with his properties. Like he said, like he's glad that he bought it, but and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but like with the time that like he like, you know, just the little things and like what he's billable at for his rate is like, it's not really worth it. Like when even if he has to spend 30 hours a year thinking about the property, and if, you know, say you make $5,000 on a property or something over the span of a year, but you spent 30 hours on it, like the hourly rate's just not worth the time kind of. So you kind of have to go big or something.
Yeah. For me, I loved it because I had, while working as a real estate agent, I had like just free time throughout the day. So for me, it was like, it made sense. I'm going to spend a lot of time doing this and I enjoyed it. But then as your time becomes more valuable, I don't want to deal with it as much anymore, just because it's just not worth it. And I sometimes think, we got to call Samsung tomorrow. Sorry, John. I was supposed to text you earlier about this. This is how stupid it is, okay? I bought a brand new dishwasher for the rental property, and it was like $500. And the front seal of the dishwasher is peeling back. Yeah, and it's brand new. Yeah, exactly. So Jack was on the phone. How long were you on hold with him?
Oh, that's such a pain.
Like probably like an hour.
So an hour and a half. So an hour and a half for this peeling thing in the front. The technician goes out and says it's not covered under warranty because it's not it's not damaging the actual, like it's just a, what do you call it? Like surface level. It's just
cosmetic.
It's just cosmetic. It's not covered under warranty. I swear. So, and it's brand new. It shouldn't, the whole thing is peeling in the front.
Wow.
But, and also because it's not throwing an error code, there's nothing you could do about it. So we got to call Samsung again. And I'm thinking like 1 hour of like my time for a consulting call would pay for that 3 times over. So why am I like dealing with the Samsung repair? I mean, I shouldn't be dealing with it,
why
but
don't you
still.
just get a property manager?
Because it's like this comes up like rarely, and I look at the cost of a property manager when it does. I know, but like I've done it. It's just like everything runs so automatic, but then there's these little things that come up like that. It's just like it's just one thing I have to deal with.
Yeah,
you know?
I hear you on that for sure.
So probably.
Yeah, is there anything that you wanted to ask or talk about?
I don't think so.
What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? Not much right now. I'm just enjoying the podcast here.
Yeah. Any questions for me that I can answer? Yeah, I could do for you.
Yeah, I mean, so you kind of already said kind of what's next for you. What could you do for me?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I don't know. I'm not good at thinking on the spot like this. I'm sure I could sit, go for another walk, and come back with some ideas.
Take a few hours.
Yeah. You can always shoot me a text, like anything you need, obviously. But yeah,
I don't like to bother you because I know that like you probably know what I'm saying. Where it's like you probably get a lot of messages now, and it's hard to keep up. Isn't it hard to keep up?
Yeah.
And so like if I have a thought, I'm like, oh, I should ask Graham this. I don't, because I know how busy you are.
Just ask me
because I know that, like, you know what I mean? Because like
no, I get what you're saying, but the thing is with me, if you shoot me a text with an idea, sometimes it gets me thinking like. We have group texts for going over titles and thumbnails, and so I love doing that. Like I always open titles and thumbnails because I like to go back and forth, and it helps me out too, and like we all benefit from it.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing. I shoot out titles and thumbnails. Which one do you like? So anything you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Because it gets all of us thinking. We could all because I'm sure there's going to be points where I'll ask you a question. I'll be like, hey man, I don't know what to do on this.
Yeah, and it's good to be in like these YouTuber groups. Like I'm in a bunch of these where it's like a bunch of, you know, YouTubers with like 1 million subscribers each, and like somehow I got put into them. And you throw in your thumbnail, you throw in your title, and you're like, hey, is this good? What do you think I should do? And you get some really good insight from that. Yeah.
So, and there's some people too that really know titles and thumbnails, and others I just know not to ask because it's bad.
Yeah.
but
I guess that's why you don't ask me. Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to know people who know the finance niche too, because I've asked titles and thumbnail questions to people who don't know the finance niche, but they're really good at other niches, and it's like that would not work for me at all. So like finance has its own little section that works for finance, other content for other content. So
yeah.
Can't think of anything.
It's okay. Really. I can't really think of
you come
much.
back,
you have your life all figured out, man.
I kind of like to think that I do, but hey, this is how it's going now. And maybe next year it won't be figured out, but
we'll have you back on in a year. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, let's do it 1 year later.
We could do it 1 year later.
Make some predictions.
Yeah. Okay. Put it out in the universe now.
A year later, I think I might start growing out the beard. We're coming up on November. I hate having to shave every day. It's like, terrible. Yeah, I'll grow out the beard, grow out the hair.
How long? Like this?
I just won't get a haircut until next year. This time.
Are you serious? What is it? Like, what is that? Into the wilderness?
Into the wild?
Into the wild, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
do that.
I think I'm just going to go off the grid. Like, just because, like, I'm going to go, like, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to stop uploading videos. I think I'll hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And then just go, like, completely ghost, like, for years, like a decade.
Oh, my.
What?
Yeah, and then just, like, make a comeback one day.
That's...
Okay, well,
that's probably what's going to happen. I'm just predicting this. Like, really? Yeah, probably want to hit 1 million. I also don't really want to... I don't want to be like a big brand, because it gets weird. Like even now, like I get stopped on the street sometimes, and like that probably happens to you all the time. But for me, it's usually like maybe once a day or once every a couple of days. But sometimes it's weird. Like I'm walking on the street and like someone's yelling at me, and I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, I love your stuff. I think
it's so nice, man.
Yeah, but it's
people
creepy.
Really appreciate it. No.
Last week I was sitting next to a guy on a train. And I get a message, like I had this weird feeling. It's like I should check my Instagram message request because I had some free time. So I look at it and like the message I got was like, "Hey, are you on the SEPTA train right now?" And I'm reading the message. I respond like, "Yeah, are you?" And I like the guy next to me gets a notification, pulls out his phone. It's me messaging him, and we both look at each other and we're just like, and then we start talking. But like, it's just creepy. Like I don't want to be. I could not imagine what it's like to be like, say, like Leonardo DiCaprio or something, where you can't even walk down to Del Taco and get some food. Like you can't.
I don't know. Everyone that comes up to me is like really into personal finance. They're into real estate. We have the same interests. I don't mind it at all because if anything, it's like you get to see the real world impact that you have on people.
Yeah.
And the result of just like everything you put out there, you could see how helpful it could be. So that's what I like because you don't see that all the time. And you see the views and likes and comments, but to see a person be like, dude, my credit score is like 800 now. I'm saving like 25% of my income. I just bought a like I went to Bank of America to deposit, to grab some cash. And the teller was like, dude, I bought a duplex.
Oh my God.
In
that's
Riverside.
Really cool.
Yeah, in Riverside because of your house hacking video. And I'm house hacking it. Yeah. And so to see that, like, wow, you could actually make an impact on like people's lives. Like this is real stuff. Is incredible. Like you don't get that unless you meet people.
I agree with that. I would rather not be the face of it and still be able to do that with like a brand or something. Like just if you own, say like if you take like the Barstool Sports model and you like own a lot of podcasts and stuff. So like you're behind it. Like for example, if not that I would ever run for in politics, but I would much rather be the campaign manager than the actual candidate. And I didn't realize that until I started growing my brand.
Fair enough. It's probably a cue that we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's fascinating. Thank you so very much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Did you have fun? I hope you had a good time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't drink your coffee.
That's fine.
Because it's any time past noon, I can't drink caffeine.
I gave you coffee the last time that we did a collab together.
I think you did, yeah.
So what did you think? Tell the viewers, what did you think of my coffee?
It's good. I think you should start a coffee brand.
Maybe in the works. If you guys hit the like button, comment down below and say, Graham, start a coffee brand. If we get 3 people saying I should start a coffee brand, I'll start a coffee brand. 3. Just takes 3 people.
And then every podcast here is you're just pushing your coffee.
I'll start it. I think you should start a coffee brand.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1. So if we get 2 more people,
I think you should start a coffee brand.
All right, so 1 more person
can you say
has
that
to
as well.
I need to start a coffee brand.
Yeah,
there you go.
There we go.
Starting a coffee brand.
All right,
it's in the works.
I think that's the next step. I would like to do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. It was amazing meeting you because I have seen plenty of your videos before, so it's really nice to meet you in person. And thanks again for coming on. Cool. Thank everyone here for
you guys.
I don't know, watching to the end.
Yeah.
And
cool.
Yeah.
So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, we'll link our Instagrams down below in the description. Get your now 3 free stocks.
Oh my God, they just keep adding
Yeah, but they did and they didn't. So the 2 free stocks they were worth at minimum $8. Now they're giving 3 free stocks with no real minimum.
What?
But
so it could be anything. Okay.
So that's the thing. It's like it's a worse offer, but it sounds better.
It sounds way better.
Yeah, because getting 2 free stocks worth at minimum $8 at $16, but they could give you 3 stocks worth $3 each, so 12. But you get 3 of them at
they
minimum.
Upped the ante.
It is. I think psychologically people would rather get 3 free of something than 2 that are guaranteed to be worth a little bit more.
Because there's more chance that one of them is going to be potentially a big one.
Yeah, exactly. And I had someone actually reach out. They got like an $800 stock. I forget what it was on Webull. Or no, it was a Google. They got a Google stock.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Someone got a Google stock. I like the biggest stock I've got so far was Alibaba, and that was like $200 something dollars. But wow. So anyway, if you want the free stocks, down below in the description, we got the mentorship group down there too. We meet twice a week, every Sunday and every Thursday. If you guys want to talk,
and Tuesday,
and Jack does Tuesday. If you want to talk, hang out with us. The link to that is down below in the description too. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming on, and until next time.
Till next time.
Cool. And then for thumbnail, I'm just gonna pull a picture of. No, we can't talk. We can't. Just turn off and on. Save. We got to save it for the. There we go. Thank you.
I hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, you did.
I was right.
Yeah, you did.
We had a talk earlier today about like why you don't post much, and I was like,
I just get comfortable.
You just are enjoying life, and you're just like, that's so cool, dude. I'm so envious of. We got to talk about your free time.
Oh yeah.
That's what we got to talk about.
All right. Cool. All right.
Whoa.
It's a weird angle right here because it's like
the table.
Got the.
All right.
All right. I'll just do that. Cool.
We're good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go.
All right.